Now, being demanding does not take away from caring. If you care, they have a tendency to care back. Tom Cummins here, guys, and I have Alexis, who wrote for me on Instagram, how could I be a good leader to my team? I find it hard to keep balance between leading them, allowing them the freedom, and still not losing sight of them. This is the problem like everyone suffers from. This is not unique to you. This is something that anyone seeing this, that has a business, this is a critical point. So first of all, you got to set the goals for the company. You need to have, these are the objectives, these are the targets that we're going for. And then all these different positions inside your company have to all focus towards this goal. I'm happen to be in Italy today and you work with Italian Gasalucci, my energy company here. So we have the aspect of hiring people, okay? The whole HR department. They have to have objectives. You need to know what they're doing and you need to give them orders of what's needed. And I have a form that's sent to me once a week of who they're trying to hire. What are they trying to get done? They keep the statistics of the company. They keep they're responsible for making sure training is being done and the people know what to do. And if you give that area of the company responsibilities and you really name it out, what you want from them, now you get away from them. Now hopefully you got competent people in there and then you watch their results. You just stay out of their way until you see lack of results or poor results, okay? And then if you're not getting what you want, you go back in, you correct it, you give them clearer orders, you make sure that people can actually duplicate what you want, and this is how you reach in there, you withdraw from it. You watch what's going on, you reach in there, you withdraw from it. And one of the things is you've got to get reports from your area of what's going on that are easy to read and duplicatable. I get reports. I have a company in Florida that I just started. Once a week, I get a report from every key person in the company, and I read them. It's a pain in my neck, but I read them. I can know what's going on in that person's world. You know, like when you're sailing a boat, you got to trim the sails and adjust the rudder, right? You got to do that to your company. You got to make sure that we're heading in the compass direction you want. Same analogy for your business. It doesn't usually take this huge push. It's just tweak, tweak, tweak. Now, again, this assumes your HR department has the right people in there for you. That's a whole other kettle of fish. You've been getting the right people that you're working with. Going in, the next division in my company here in Italy is a sales department. And I have statistics on the amount of promotion we're doing, how much ad spends, what are we getting in return, how many new salespeople are we recruiting. I have independent contractors all over Italy. How many of them are active every week? I can actually look at the main statistic of how many new customers and how many account numbers we get every day. But I normally take a look at it, I look at it every day to be truthful. How many new customers, how many accounts, how many people are out there promoting the company on a daily basis. And then I watch for trends, because it's not everything is going to just go like a skyrocket. Life doesn't get that way. You go, woohoo, oh shit, woohoo, oh shit. Okay, and then you juggle this, man, and you watch what they got going on. You have to where one of the most important things, can you see what's going on? You have the key statistics for the week, total number of customers, total amount of new accounts, but can you look inside the report and find out who did it, who's being active? There's going to be a lot of demand for your attention. Everybody's going to want a little piece of you. What you have to decide, who demands it, who deserves it. You take these areas that are doing well, you make sure that they got the love. Don't interact with them if they're already getting the stats up. Financially tap them on the back and go, nice job. And then the areas that are underperforming, you make sure that you got the right people in them, you got the direction on it. And it's a jockeying of these two. validating the people that are doing well and getting out of their way, and then working with the ones that are still trying to figure it out. And I got to be able to see what these people are doing. You've got to be able to evaluate, just like when a doctor comes in to examine you. He checks your pulse, he checks your blood pressure, he listens to your heart, your lungs. How are these parts working? They listen, they observe, they examine this thing. And this is what you've got to be able to do with your company, to see who that you just let them get on with it, and those who need to be adjusted or replaced. I think one of the most key elements I see a lot of executives run into is like, I'm not tough enough, I'm not mean enough, I'm not demanding enough, and forget about it. That is not part of it. The truth of it is your willingness to care for someone, your willingness to be kind to them, your willingness to help them. Now, being demanding does not take away from caring. If you care, they have a tendency to care back. And it's the fear of losing your love. I don't want to get it into some romantic crazy stuff, but you have to have a love for your fellow man to be a good leader, okay? And if you present them with caring and kindness and temperance and patience and what have you, they will love you, okay? And then you demand from them. And as long as they keep producing the demanding, reward them with a financial tap on the back. Doesn't need to be a lot, but just take care of those that are doing their job, and then work on finding the ones that need help or replacement. Hope it helps. There we go.